Hey there, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. Super excited that you stopped by. Thank you for choosing to spend a few minutes of your day with me. Let me clarify right off the bat that this episode is not suggesting that we 100% nerf anything in the game, nor is it 100% about the Yetis today. We've got some other strategies as well. And also, I have to be clear, I'm not 100% sure that the Yetis will be nerfed. Okay. Let me rephrase that. I'm 100% sure in my own mind that they will get nerfed, but I don't have any advanced knowledge yet, and that's why I am able to talk about this. Now, if you guys do recall, I've been saying this since day one of Town Hall 13. I expect there to be some way to bring the Yeti under control, okay? Back playing the Yeti in the developer build, it seemed too strong, and like I've said time and time again, it's probably better that a brand new troop be too strong than too weak when it's first introduced, but right now, even Itsu is saying that this troop needs to be brought into line with other units. Top players, when playing in big-time tournaments, are not using anything else right now. This is essentially the only attack strategy that most players are using when the big money is on the line, and that is exactly what's going to happen in the World Championship qualifiers. Remember, everybody's playing for $1 million again this year, just like last year. And let's be honest, this just doesn't make for good TV. It doesn't make for anything that exciting if you're seeing the same attacks over and over and over and over and over, just like me saying over and over and over. Also, earthquake spells, super strong. Everybody's using them right now as well. And although Itsu may have talked about the idea that there are some bases that can prevent this, it really comes down to trap, Tesla, and mine placement, and if you can kind of get around that and don't come in the most expected way, then I feel like, again, ground Yeti attacks are going to be overpoweringly strong. So what do? What's going to happen? I don't know, but the interesting thing about today's video is just the first two attacks that I'm showing from Tribe Gaming are Yeti attacks, and then we're going to get into a little more variety. And this also tells me something else. This war between Tribe Gaming and Greek Attack, remember Greek Attack, they competed for the World Championships as well. This was a perfect war. Tribe Gaming 3-starred every single base on the Greek Attack side. That's 90 stars, and it wasn't just with Yetis. So that also tells me that perhaps right now offense is simply too strong, okay? It's not just Yetis that are too strong. Perhaps offense altogether is too strong. Players can't really design bases that can hold off on attacks if the attacker has any amount of time to think about it, to make a plan, and that is what you're always going to see in these high-level clan wars. And that is why there is certainly a difference between Legend League and Elite War Attacking, or CWL. In Legend League, you've got just a few seconds. You don't have scouts with you. You haven't had hours to look at the base and think about different strategies and discuss it with your clan and do sketches and all that sort of thing. You know, you got to go in, you got to get it done. In CWL, and especially in Clan War, obviously all of that stuff is true, and you can see that it's just annihilation that's happening right now. So is it fun for guys like me? Of course it is. Because I'm not an elite attacker. I can't normally drop in and put 3 stars down on just about any base. But recently, even in CWL, it's been happening pretty frequently. And you'll notice my Legend League attacks, about 50% 3 stars right now. That is way too high. I mean, come on. If Galadon could 3, the strat's OP, right? So we know that. So again, I would expect that we will see in the coming days, maybe weeks. It's going to be soon, though. Itsu says the same thing. It needs to be soon to bring this into line, certainly before March, before the World Championship qualifiers start. We will see an adjustment that will bring down the total number, the average number of 3 stars in a 13 versus 13 battle. But also, remember, we're looking at bases that many of these bases have not been fully maxed out yet. Even this base that Lexnos is attacking isn't 100% maxed. So again, this is actually a reason why the team maybe shouldn't be in a big hurry to fix things, because they have to see more matches that are max versus max. Now, of course, they've got the big giant Supercell supercomputers over there in Finland that are no doubt analyzing every single attack, and I'm sure that they are able to pull max versus max battles and see the 3-star percentage using different types of units. So that is the kind of information that we, as the average clasher and us as content creators, are never going to get to see, unfortunately. So that would be really cool to know, right? But I don't think we will ever find that out. What we will find out is what is the percentage of change happening to units. What is there going to be a new level to defenses? What is it going to be? It doesn't necessarily have to be a straight out nerf. A lot of people hate the N-word, and I do too. Hopefully we will see more of a balancing. Perhaps there are okay, let's look at it this way. Okay, there's 3 different things they could do. Number 1, they could straight out nerf the stats, drop the stats of any units that they see as overpowered. Lexnos making dragons look pretty strong right here, gotta admit. But I'll get back to him in a minute. Number 2, they could increase the level of defenses. Again, like I've said, bomb towers, archer towers, mortars, all could see new levels. And then number 3, they could perhaps change the stats or the damage output of existing defenses. Maybe new defenses like the scatter shot. Maybe it's too strong or it's not strong enough. Maybe they will do something else like that that helps bring everything into balance. It could even be something having to do with the heroes, CC troops, walls, who knows? So there are a number of things that could happen, but 100%, in my opinion, we are going to see something that either directly or indirectly will nerf the Yeti. It's too easy. And, I'm sad about it. To be honest with you guys, I don't want them to touch things because for once in my life, I can consistently drop 3 stars and it's a lot of fun. I would rather be able to continue to do that. So I'm with you guys. I am not saying please nerf this. I'm just telling you what I'm predicting is going to happen. Okay, so that was Lexnos. And before I forget, and it's not easy to forget because the man is the leader of the new tribe gaming. That is right. Can you believe it? Itsu is not the leader of the new tribe. That is Lexnos. He is the new leader. He also is a content creator and has a YouTube channel, so make sure you check him out. Obviously, he is not out there just doing cookie cutter attacks either. He's got some crazy attacks. He's one of the most skilled attackers around, and we're going to see a lot of him in this year's World Championship qualifiers. So again, check him out. And it's not the same as Lex from Brawl Stars, okay? This is Lexnos, Lexnos. So make sure you check him out. And I hear there's quite a few content creators over there hanging out in the new Tribe Gaming that used to be WHF. So we're certainly going to be checking that out in the coming months. And hey, maybe your man Galadon will learn a thing or two, or 27. So, all right, we're moving on. We're watching a few more attacks. And yes, that's right. We've moved on from Yetis to dragons. And now we are on to my old favorite, Hog Riders. So this is pretty cool to watch. Obviously, seeing that these attack strategies are still completely relevant and effective at Town Hall 13 is exciting. But again, the qualifier of, yes, notice the wizard towers are not maxed out. There's only 3 of 4 expos that are maxed out. So again, we're waiting to see these bases get to 100% before we can really make a judgment. So it's going to be a while. But in the meantime, this is an indicator that there are other attacks like the dragons, and we've got Hog Riders. We're going to see miners in today's episode as well. So it's exciting stuff and crazy. I mean, talk about risky. Notice this attack coming from the complete opposite side of the town hall. So not something that maybe you would go for in CWL or in Legend League, but exciting to watch nonetheless. Risky and just very cool to watch Hogs in action. So I definitely mean to get back to this in the coming days and weeks to try some of these other strategies. I feel like, honestly, you know, as much as I like the Yetis, they have kind of made me even more of a one-dimensional attacker. Like, that's all I've been doing. In Legend League, that's what I do every single day. And farming on Galadon 13.0, we just do it over and over again as well. And because it works. And because in farming, heck, oh man, it's crazy overpowered in farming. It's hard not to pick up a 3-star there and have all sorts of stuff left over at the end of the attack. So, you know, we'll see. It's one of those things. I feel like Town Hall 12 was really well balanced back in the day, way back when we only had 12 town halls. You know, the Clash of Clans was pretty well balanced, and the World Championships went well because it was difficult to pick up a 3-star, but you still saw them, you know, 10-25% of the time or so. And I feel like it needs to be harder to 3-star at each town hall level as you progress, and Town Hall 13 should be the hardest. It should be. and we'll have to wait and see what balancing comes to make that happen before the World Championship qualifiers get underway. So mark my words, those balance changes come before the March season of CWL, and hopefully long before that, to give players a chance to adjust to it before they start playing for the big money. All right, one more attack to take a look at today, and that is Queen Charge Miners. That's right, the miners are still effective as well. And again, this comes down to, looking at what is best for each base that you're attacking. And I have to say, a lot of times in my live streams on Facebook Gaming, I hear people say, oh, what is the best troop for Town Hall X? 10, 11, 12, whatever the case may be. And excluding Yetis, there isn't really a clear answer. Now, obviously, we've just discussed that Yetis are probably the best troop in the game right now, especially at max level. But there are many other great attack strategies and great troops out there, and that's one of the problems with Yetis being so strong, is these other great troops don't get their moment in the spotlight. They don't get their opportunity to shine because everybody wants to use Yetis when they need to guarantee that 3-star. So again, we'll see that there are always other cool troops to use. Hopefully we will see some of those other strategies become more popular in the coming months. I love miners, I love hog riders, I hate Lalo, but that's just because I'm really, really bad at it. I would love to be forced at some point to learn it because I feel like it's the one strategy that I've never really embraced, I never gotten fairly good at, that I could at least pull off a 3-star once in a while using that attack strategy. But again, here I am. I'm in the new Tribe Gaming. Well, actually, this is the old Tribe Gaming. I'm going over to the new Tribe Gaming in a few minutes as soon as I finish recording all of these replays. But the new Tribe Gaming, led by Lexnos, getting ramped up for the next season of the World Championship qualifiers. Going to be exciting, and obviously we are going to see some big changes in 2020 to Clash of Clans. More so than just balance, we're going to see some big updates, and that's where I need your help. You, the viewer, especially because you've made it this deep, over 12 minutes into this episode, and you're still here. So that means you've got true interest in the game, and what I would love to hear in the comments from you is questions that you would like me to ask Darian, Supercell's Clash of Clans community manager. I am going to try to pin him down, twist his arm, get him to give me another interview where we can talk about 2020, what is coming to Clash of Clans, the state of the game. So if you've got pressing questions about things the way they are, about features you would like to see added, about future update possibilities, even suggestions, let me know down in the comments and I will read them. I'll post them in a future video and I will do my best to get them answered by Darian in that video in the next couple of weeks. Remember, the Clash of Clans team, for the most part, was out on vacation for much of the last month, and that may be part of the reason why we haven't seen any balance changes yet. All right, this is wrapping up the Tribe Gaming Greek Attack War, and there it is. 33 stars, 90 to 80 final score. That is a true indicator that offense is super strong right now at Town Hall 13. It's also an indicator that you made it all the way to the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end. Don't forget to use creator code Galadon, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Get out there, make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to people, animals, and the planet. I'll see you all back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks.
Galadon! Galadon! They let you into Tribe Gaming again?